and remove all the what called single-use plastics.
Okay, so you've mentioned planting, how you planted 5 trees and nothing today. What else will be done locally in Stamford and Grantham to help combat global warming and reduce, as you said, the use of one-use plastic?
Well, the district council is taking very proactive in terms of biofuel. Yeah, we're going to use all the biofood from all the restaurant that is discarded, and people also to put food that can be what you call effectively let the methane come out of it to as biofuel. So that we will use that to generate the plants. We have had a trial that is running at K4, it's a recycling plant, using the biofuel that we are now trialing from the food from the not supermarket, from the restaurant in town and all around so as KDC, and that is working very well. In that, and it's providing the energy for the further recycling, for the burning of things that could be burned. Okay, and those are positive things to remove that, and we have to encourage it. But that's not enough. We have to get the whole country to be involved in it.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah.
So,
should you be elected, would that be something you'd bring forward?
Absolutely. I care passionately about 2 things. I care about our environment, and I care about our education, our children's education.
Okay.
Because I feel if we invest in our children to give the education that they need, we'll be a far better country. We will look and protect. If you remember the world, if I bring a bit theology into this, God gave us this earth. It is a finite unit.
Okay.
Yeah? It's not growing any bigger or any smaller. It's the only thing that's growing is the populations. But you see, we are also destroying the animals.
Yeah.
We are growing animals, but it's producing a lot of methane. For 1 pound of meat, yeah, we are generating 3 times the amount of methane in our thing from the feeding of these animals. Okay. For the amount of methane that the beef, if you take the beef farming itself generates, is absolutely phenomenal. That's why if I get a lot of people, responsible people, are turning into being vegetarian or vegans.
Okay. Yeah. So you talked about education.
Yeah.
You plan to plough a lot of money into this area. So you have said £10 billion to fund 20,000 teachers.
Yeah.
35 hours of free childcare in the first 9 months. And £10,000 for adult training.
Yeah,
all of which
can be for skill development. They want to use it.
Okay, all of which sounds very attractive. But you're spending a lot of money. Where will this come from, and will my generation end up paying for it in 5 years' time?
No. This will come from the bonus, from the Brexit bonus, we call it, because if we remain within Europe, this is not my figure. This is a figure from the Office of Fiscal Studies, say that we will be £11 billion a year better off. Okay. It's a big figure, just for staying as we are within Europe. There's a lot of expenses that we are paying will not be there. But, you see, there is that money we can use. That's about £55 billion a year. In fact, they calculate it's about £66 billion a year. With the gain, with that, our pound will rise, and also we can use this money to create the industry and to educate our children better, to give a better health service. Okay. For the health service, we specifically put a 1 penny in the pound on income tax, ring fence for the NHS and for social care.
Okay, so going on to the NHS, the current government have been heavily criticised over their running of the NHS, being accused of staff shortage, increasing waiting times, and closure to local hospitals, especially A&E departments. How are you going to ensure round-the-clock healthcare for Stamford and Grantham residents?
It's a very good question. It's very difficult. Our NHS is one of the best services in the world. Yeah, it's underfunded. It's currently underfunded by quite a huge amount, about £4 million a year. Yeah, it's a lot. But what we are saying, we're putting this penny in the pound, now to specially ring fence for the NHS provision. We want to train more nurses. Yeah.
Okay.
We said that the College of Nursing has said we need £1 billion. We'll train 24,000 nurses.
Right.
Which we're going to keep here. We can generate more places for our doctors to be trained, to be retained. We want our children, our people to be trained. You see, the thing is that now we are taking doctors and nurses from Romania, from Poland, from other places, from India, from Manila, Philippines. They are coming down there, but what has happened to their populations? Okay, the doctors find it very, very good, lucrative to come here. They get better pay, better recompense. They provide everything. They got better facility for training, ongoing training. But see, that's one thing we have to ensure, that we train our people, but the training should be, the money should be there for ongoing training to really improve the quality, the health quality that we have. We have to provide for our people. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is that what I would call only one proviso. When we train these people, it's not that we are not training any nurses at the moment. Yeah, we do train nurses. The nurses are classified as a degree now. Once they qualify as a degree, so there is no condition placed on them that they have to work for the NHS once they qualify.
Okay.
So quite a lot of them are qualified, getting qualified, and they're leaving UK. They're going to work in America, working in Australia. They pay the most, or go to work in Dubai, in the Arab countries, because they get more money. So that is why we are short of it. So I get nurses from other overseas people.
So what can be done to ensure that these nurses going off to America or
So
Australia?
we can put, if you are going to be trained as a nurses, at least you can serve the country here, the NHS, for 5 years.
And do you think that will attract more nurses?
If we attract, they will get better training, then they can go wherever it is. Make the condition for the nurses better.
Okay. So moving on slightly, in your manifesto you talk about developing a strategy to tackle childhood obesity, including restricting the marketing of junk food to children.
Mm-hmm.
To go alongside this, do you believe that the youth should be educated in living a healthy lifestyle through exercise?
Yes.
And what more can be done to?
I think it should start from here, from the schools. Yeah, that you should know what is the type of food you should eat. Look, we were originally designed to eat food similar from get our most energy sources from the vegetables. Yeah, because we have got all the three, the proteins, the carbohydrates, and the fats from the vegetable, but in the right amount. Okay, you see, we don't have to grow a beef that will take about 2 years to grow. Yeah, but at the same time we increase the amount of carbon dioxide. When we eat 1 pound of meat, we only get 10 grams of the protein in our body to grow up. So you see the inefficiency or conversion rate is very, very poor. So we should really educate our people to the good food to eat. Supermarket made food is made for the palates. They've got lots of fats in it, sugar and salt, you see, to make it taste good, for you. And none of them are any good. I run a diabetic clinic, a diabetic peer group in Stamford, in Oakham, in Grantham, etc. Because diabetes is on the rise. Diabetes is coming to younger children as well, type 2 diabetes. So those food education is very important, and I have made stress that this is one of the areas that we have to really introduce school meal for small children, in the primary school. Okay. So to build that habit of eating sensibly, good food, to carry on for in the life.
So that would work alongside restricting.
Yeah.
Okay. You have pledged recently to make young people's mental health a priority if elected,
Yes.
stating young people should get the support they need as soon as they need it.
Yes.
However, about 20% of young people with mental health wait more than 6 months to receive care from a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
How will you change that and ensure that young people of our local area are getting the early intervention and support they require?
I think, young sir, the first thing is to remove the stigma of mental health. As soon as somebody says that mental health, people, are afraid to go to seek help until this is very necessary. You see, at the slightest things, we want to make, at the slightest things that, okay, the health, the anxiety, or the stress, from the stress goes the anxiety, from the anxiety goes the low depression. This is the area that we must tackle, especially because I know very young children, 6, 7 years old, do suffer. We have, but in our society, we've got a lot of stress, a lot of uncertainty. Currently, Brexit is causing a lot of uncertainty and very poor health, people seeking for it. We need to remove those anxiety. We want to create an atmosphere that will really be beneficial for people to grow in, to really appreciate their country, love their country, and love themselves. Yeah. For me, I want to put mental health and physical health on the same path.
Okay.
And our party has said the same thing, because we have been talking about that for a long time. I don't know if you know, I'm a counsellor, I'm a trained counsellor, and I work a lot in Peterborough, and also I work with Family 2000, Red Cross, especially doing with children suffering from Asperger or autism, that sort of area. So I've come a lot in contact, so I've got experience, and I hope I can use my experience to push Parliament or like-minded people to really to support that, to provide the proper funding for it.
Okay, so would you suggest maybe providing the funding for mental health alongside the funding that is going into physical health? Or
that's right.
Okay.
From 3-year-olds, from 0-year-olds, you see children do suffer, have got certain mental anxiety, because this little computer we got inside control our whole function. Okay. And we need to look after it. Thank you.
So you may be aware of Shop Stamford.
Yes.
Something
I support it fully.
Something our principal here feels strongly about and is in full support of, like you.
Yeah.
So, should you be elected next month, what will be done to enable initiatives like Shop Stamford remain a priority and we don't end up with a high street of empty shops or full of shops?
We have to really encourage people to shop locally. I don't like what's called internet shopping. I don't like shopping on the internet. I don't shop unless I got something else. First of all, I buy, and I encourage everybody like-minded to buy locally in our shops. Try to avoid, go to the individual entrepreneurships, and I want to encourage entrepreneurship, small individual to set up shop, to provide a service, for it, and because of that, to give them an encouragement. I'm proposing to really remove the business rate from small businesses, so that to encourage them to come into town to flourish and encourage people to go and shop there.
Okay. Right. If you were the leader of the Liberal Democrats, what would you change about your party's manifesto?
That's a very, very big question. I don't know. I'm not a professional politician.
Okay.
I'm a politician that's grown up through the route for the hard work. And I've got lots of experience. I worked for the full 44 years as a computer engineer, and worked in the Air Force first, and then worked as a computer engineer all around the country. And I've seen a lot of things. I have lots of things that companies does that shouldn't be national pride, but unfortunately I'm bound by the Official Secret Act and the Trade Act that I can't jeopardize companies with that. But there are things that we can introduce and talk to the industry, really how we can better introduce things. But to be a good leader, I think you have to be a good listener. listen not only to your party, listen to the other party and the people of this country to provide something that will be beneficial to everyone. You see? And that's me. I like to be an incumbency leader, a leader that could just not only for one people. This is how while I was still running my own business, because I did not like certain things that was going on in our own town council, so I stood as a candidate in the council elections to really to put my point forward to people, and I got elected in 1987, and I've been a councillor ever since. See, I'm still doing my job. I don't know how I managed to do it, but still attended to our people's needs, and I will continue to do that. And if I'm lucky enough, people like you, young people, which I really wanted to get them to have the vote at 16, because I think they are very, very responsible. The 16-year-old of today is not like the 16-year-old I'm talking 30 years ago. You see, they are more aware, they're more savvy, they know what's going in our environment. Like you asked me about our environment, our tree plantings, our carbon footprint. You know, yes, you have a vote, you can have the power. You see, that little cross, just only one, you know, makes a lot of difference. If you remember, the mighty drops of water makes a mighty ocean. The tiny drops of water makes a mighty ocean.
Okay, so one final question, Harrish.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we end about why you should be voted for, and how you'll stand for my generation, for all the other generations in this local constituency?
For your generations, I would like to reintroduce the scholarship schemes that used to run in Stamford. This is one of the things that I would like to do. Second things I would like to take all the heavy goods vehicle that is going through the town. I want to build an east-west bypass for Stamford to take them and do either whichever way the bypass go around the town. I would like to invite high quality education, technical institution to be set up here, because we need our children. I will be absolutely frank with you, not all our children are academically endowed. Yeah, some are very good with the eyes, with the hands coordination. Therefore, they will be very good, like myself, with a technical matter. You see, so they can do things, they can fix things. We need those kind of things. We should stop depending on people coming from other countries to come and do our work. Once upon a time, we used to be the workshop of the world. Everything best in the world was produced here in England. Why can't we go back to that? And I think we got with lots of materials that we have got here, we can do it. You know, this is one thing that I would really like to push forward, to give the empowerment. This is what liberalism or liberal democrat believe in, is empower the people from the tiny tot to the adult, to everybody, so that they can work for the greater goods of the community and the country. That's right.
Harrish, thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much for your interview.
Okay.